So are all sea animals halal to consume? People, they ask questions about, for example, sharks, because they say, well, shark can prey on humans. They ask about shrimp, because shrimp is more like scavengers, and so are we allowed to eat these animals? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran in Surah Al-Ma'idah made it halal for us to consume the sea animals, saying, وَأُحِلَّ لَكُمْ صَيْدُ الْبَحْرِ مَا دُمْتُمْ حُرُمًا, means and halal for you to consume the animal of the sea. Now, what animal? It was left completely general. So for the generally speaking, the majority of the fuqaha, they say all animals of the sea are considered halal to consume regardless. But other fuqaha, like in the Hanafi school, for example, they have karaha to consume animals that have shell, such as shrimp, in this case, but it's a matter of karaha, not a matter of haram. It means it's disliked, but it's not prohibited. It's an opinion in the Hanafi fiqh, but obviously, again, there are multiple opinions in the mas'ala. The majority, they say it's okay. All animal of the sea are permissible to consume. And that includes, by the way, and the ayah in Surah Al-Ma'idah speaks about the dead animals of the sea, which means if you see an animal that is floating on the sea animal that is floating actually on the sea, like fish, for example, are you allowed to eat it? Well, you look at it first of all. If it was okay, which means it was not, it didn't die because of a disease, or it's not spoiled, in this case, you are allowed to eat it. Meaning you don't need to have the biha for the animal or dabih for the animal of the sea. You can eat it without a proper sacrifice in this case. So that's in regard to the animal of the sea. What about amphibians? Meaning animals that have two phases. They grow in the water, then they go in the land, or vice versa. So what do we do in this case? The ulama, they argue about amphibians, if they're halal to consume or not. And the ulama, they say, well, it depends on how much of their life span they spend in the water to be considered a sea animal versus inland. Depends on how much they spend of their lifespan on land or in the sea. They will be classified in that category, and as a result, if it's required to have sacrifice or not, or to be considered a halal animal of the sea or not. So we look at the animals based on that. Wallah.